Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Ladybury Roof Gymnasium, home court of the St. Thomas Tommies men's basketball team. Final week of the ACAA regular season. That means ACAA championships next weekend and final seeding yet to be determined. Tommies know they have a bye to the semifinals. Makes their last couple of games not unimportant, but not as of important if they hadn't secured the playoff position or the bye. Tommies lead the conference at 13-3. Second is MSVU. Both teams have 2 games remaining. Any combination of Tommy wins or Mystic losses gives the Tommies first place. Anything less than that, and MSVU takes first. The next group of teams tightly bunched. Holland at 9-8, Mount Allison at 9-8, and Crandall at 8-9. Following them in 6th place is UNBSJ at 7-10. Spoke to Coach Hickey before the game. He says, we've got the bye. It doesn't really matter whether we're 1-2. There's not a big difference in 3 through 6 in this conference. Holland, Mount A, Crandall. In fact, those 3 teams could all end up at 9-9 if things break a certain way here this weekend. That would mean the Tommies would win twice and Crandall would beat UKC this evening to wrap up their schedule. All of those things possible still, and if that happens, I believe it would go Holland, Crandall, and Mount A if we end up in that 3-way tie. We're not going to worry about that too much here tonight. We're going to focus on this game against Mount Allison. Mount Allison, despite being 4th in the conference, is the top-ranked team from the ACAA nationally, coming in at 12. MSVU is 14. Tommies, who were number 8 last week, dropped out of the rankings. That was because of a loss at Mount St. Vincent on Saturday. 88-80 was the score in that one. Evan Villain with 17 points. Noah McCarthy, 15. For MSVU, Isaac Matheson with 22. Jackson Smith, 17. Was MSVU up 20 at the half, 53-33. They led by as many as 29 in the third quarter. Tommies cut that all the way down to 1 possession as they battled back. But MSVU closed well to win by 8, 88-80. Field goal percentage, a big difference in that one, 48-33 in favor of MSVU. Mounties, they are coming off a win versus UKC on February 18th. Tarek Armstrong with 27, Caleb Brennan 18 for UKC. Ryan Norris with 19, Eddie Surer 18 for Mount A. Turnovers, in that one a big story in points off turnovers. UKC committed 18 turnovers to Mount A's 10. Mount A 20 points off those turnovers to UKC's 11. Head-to-head, the Tommies have won both. November 11th here at STU and January 17th at Mount A. Surer and Monroe, the top 2 scorers for the Mounties in both of those contests. Pick up the starters for Mount A as they're introduced here. Number 1, Eddie Surer out of Fredericton and Leo Hayes High. 6 is Jonas Monroe, one of the captains of this team, along with Emmanuel Adunia and Tim Ellison. Number 14, Ryan Norris starts, as does number 22, Tim Ellison, and former Tommy, Gaio Isaiah. Starters for the Tommies, Vince Littleton wears number 3. Ethan Tumwine wears number 5. Evan Villain wears number 9. Lavoie wears 13, and Ted Braden wears number 15. conspicuous by his absence, number 11, Noah McCarthy. McCarthy not going for the Tommies tonight, banged up coming into this last weekend, and as I mentioned, and in my discussion with Coach Hickey, he said, hey, we're happy with the bye. Doesn't really matter whether we're 1 and 2. Not a lot to choose from between the teams that are going to finish 3 through 6, and in fact, St. John High has one of the wins, and they'll be the 6th place team over the Tommies this season, so it doesn't really matter. They're all tough teams to play against in that semifinal, no matter who wins in those quarters. Tommies will take the bye. They'll rest McCarthy, have him as healthy as possible for next Saturday in Charlottetown. Mounties get the tie-up. Isaiah will inbound. That's Monroe. Back for Surer. For Monroe, now 7 to shoot. Monroe for 3, off the heel, rebound Braden. Off for Lavoie. Ahead, Belain. Looking to the post for Braden. Ellison picks it up off of Braden's hands. No score. We played about a minute. Isaiah for Norris. Norris can't open the scoring. And it's Surer who collects a rebound for Ellison. Isaiah back out for Norris. Step back three-pointer this time. That one rattles through for Ryan Norris. Called only a 2 as referee Adam Humphrey runs by. Adam Humphrey joined by Dave Gallagher and Dan Wilton. They are the 3 officials charged with making sure all goes according to Hoyle. Tommies tie it up at 2, and Isaiah dribbles out of the backcourt. He's going to be guarded by Ted Braden. Here is the Tommies. Could be in more or less straight man defense here, it looks like. That possession. Lavoie looking for Braden, picked off though on the pass by the long arms of Ellison. Monroe blocked by Tamwine. Lavoie off glass. Oh, it doesn't go down. Lavoie gets inside position on Ellison, called on the floor on the rebound. Going to be a foul on Tim Ellison. Expect the Tommies to be physical in this one and take away as much space as they can from Ellison. Belain loses the handle but picks it back up. Backs Monroe down and shoots the jump shot over top. Ellison leads the Mounties at 16 points and 12 rebounds a game. 6'10" forward on a Citadel High. Really key to the Mountie squad. As is Monroe, who has the catch there, back outside Isaiah. Ellison collects the rebound. Loose ball into the hands of Vince Littleton. Littleton stripped from behind by Surer, but it's going to be a foul on Eddie Surer. Coach Hickey saying, hey, is that a breakaway foul? Dan Wilton says no, and Mr. Wilton is official from this zone, is going to ACAA's next weekend. Littleton off glass, rebound Braden. First putback doesn't go, second putback doesn't go. Third one does. Ted Braden, a couple offensive boards and 2 points. Braden shoots it at a pretty good percentage as well, 52% from the field. Don't expect it's going to take him 3 from 2 feet to knock one down. Inside for Monroe. Monroe fouled. It's going to be on Ethan Tamwine. Teams first. First on Ethan. That will send Jonas Monroe to the line. Monroe, 14.8 points, 5.5 rebounds. 71% free throw shooter, knocks that one down. Monroe, third year out of Harrison Trimble. Littleton on the dribble against Sir. A corner kick. Tamwine. Little short on the three-pointer. Ellison on the rebound. Knocked away, though, by Littleton. A nice feed inside. Ted Braden finishes for two. Knocked away by Evan Villain. Tried to save it for Reese Hassan, who's checked in for the Tommies. Reese. Under Leo Hayes. On Fredericton's north side. Reese been coming on the last few games for the Tommies. Little adjustment on the jersey tuck in for Hassan. Surer, too long, rebound, Evan Villain. Ahead for Littleton, Littleton for three. Littleton, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference. In fact, first by percentage, 39% for Vince Littleton. Tommies, the second and third attempt. He raced inside, though, by Norris. Nice block by Ryan Norris. Norris out of Ottawa, Ontario, in his first year. That one rattles around, and it's Braden on the rebound. Off for Hassan. 8-4 Stu. Hassan for Villain. Villain from 15. Another rebound for Braden. He puts that one back up over Tim Ellison. Ted Braden, a great start for the Tommies. Ellison leaks away underneath. Can't get that one to go down, and the rebound is batted into the hands of Hassan. Hassan on the run right down Broadway. Front rim, rebound Surer. Three Tommies set to check in at the next opportunity. Ellison on the turnaround, can't get it to go. Good defense by Evan Villain, outsized by Tim Ellison. Knocked out by Mount A. Jeffrey Lavoie back in, Owen Amos and Harrison Florian, 10 and 0 respectively. See their first action for the Tommies in this contest. Good crowd here on a Friday evening for this matchup. Mount A, of course, always travels well. And the Tommies, atop the conference here, attracting a pretty good crowd and building a good fan base is this program overall. Surer rises up from the elbow to nail a two-pointer. The handoff for Amos. Over for Villain. Villain with the runner over the front of the rim. Monroe backs in, can't shoot it over Florian. Tommies on the push, up 6, 12-6. Amos, step through, takes the jump shot. That one rimmed out. Florian rips the board away. Tommies have really been working the offensive glass in this one. Several subs in here. Rashawn Ferguson wears 24. Keith Rowan wears number 2 for Mount A, and Gaio Isaiah checks back in as well. (12-6) Tommy, second foul on Ellison. Set to go out of the timeout. Just watching both coaches there. Neither were too animated, just delivering some messages to their team. Of importance there is the second foul to Ellison. Could limit how many minutes we see him in the first half. Harrison Florian knocks down the first. Florian, another Leo Hayes High School product in the game here. I think we've got 3 in this one. Travel called on Gaio Isaiah. Florian at the top of the key. Dribble, handoff to Owen Amos. Amos called for shuffling of the feet. Referee Dave Gallagher punches the passport there on the travel. Rowan against Hassan. Uses the screen, now picked up by Lavoie. Norris on the drive. Shot off. Isaiah on the rebound. Ferguson on the rebound. On the court for the Tommies. 8 is Riverlands. 10 is Owen Amos. 0 is Florian. 13 Lavoie. 4 Hassan. Reset your Tommy lineup coming out of the timeout. I think Lands had checked in. Isaiah, Ferguson, Norris, Rowan, and Monroe for Mount A. Norris took a tumble on the far side on the mat as it came loose on the floor, pretty close to the sideline. Hassan with the score for STU. And subbing in for Mount Allison, number 15, Gabe Powder. Powder is out of Almonte, Ontario. 6'6" forward. That's Powder on the drive. Ferguson off for Isaiah. For Rowan, 2 to shoot. Rowan got to the rim. Tommies on the takeaway. Hassan, spot up 3, no good. Big rebound by Powder. Amos with the knockaway on the entry pass intended for Ferguson. Villain on the take to the rim, but had not reestablished position on the court. On the rebound, Karam. Littleton, Villain, and Braden in for STU. Braden's had a good start for this one. Into the quarter, I'll give you the full stat update. Tommy's up 9, 15-6 on Mount A. Lavoie on the takeaway. Jeffrey Lavoie lays it up. Oh, it's a miss on the breakaway layup for Lavoie. You don't see a 2-time CCAA Player of the Year miss too many of those. Lavoie maybe a little too casual there. Lavoie looking for the steal to get one back, gives up a foul instead. Check that one off if you're Lavoie. Happens for the best of them, as we just saw. Dang Dang out of Brooks, Alberta. First year out of St. Joseph's Collegiate checks in. Nice take there by Rowan. Dang Dang on the putback, no good. Littleton. Whirling dervish to the bucket. Acrobatic finish for Vince Littleton. Littleton, one of the scoring leaders for the Tommies at 12-6 a game. Puts them behind Lavoie and McCarthy. Third on the team with those 12.6. Here is Lavoie. He's going to make that one and show that he can make the left-handed lay-in. Dang tried to run him down. 19-6 Stu. Rowan for Norris. Too strong, rebound Vince Littleton. Littleton, high dribble there, now attacks the bucket again. Nearly got the shot to go down. Instead, it's going to be a blocking foul on Ryan Norris. Norris out of Ottawa and South Carleton High School. Yeah, now we'll see fourth-year guard out of Toronto, Ontario and Victoria Park Collegiate. Emmanuel Adunya checked in. Good to see Emmanuel on the court here. Knee injury earlier in the season, has fought back through injury. Make himself available, of course. Great leader is Adunya. Really adds a veteran presence to this Mountie club. Littleton on the rebound, left it short. That's into the hands of Rowan. Tamwine thought he had the steal, instead called for a foul. Foul's going to go on Littleton. Ben Duell in for Jeffrey Lavoie with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Fourth team foul on the Tommies. The Mounties have 4 as well. 20-6 Stu. Rowan. Mounties can play for one shot here to end the quarter. Looks like they're going to do that. Rowan for Powder. Powder on the attack, draws a foul, will shoot 2. I think it's going to go on Villain. 9, I think, was flashed up. Yes, indeed. On Villain. Powder, 67% free throw shooter, makes the first. Big rebound here if it's a miss. And there it is, controlled by the Tommies. That'll end the quarter. Put back would have closed the gap even more. Tommies 20, Mounties 7 after 1. Grab my mobile device and fire up the online stats here. See what we've got for a team comparison. Mountie 7 points, 2 of 18 from the field. That's only 11%. 0 of 6 from deep, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Not a good shooting start for Mount A. The Tommies, on the other hand, 20 points on 9 of 26. That's 35%. 0 of 5 from behind the arc from Stu. Neither team's made a triple, which is a little bit surprising given the way these teams shoot. They both have a propensity for making three-pointers. Mountie 6 turnovers to the Tommies 3. Tommies out rebounding Mount A 21-12, including 8 on the offensive boards. Steals 5-2 Stu. Individual stats for Mount Allison. Sir, Monroe, Norris with 2, and Powder with 1. That totals your 7 points. Rebounds, Ellison has 3. Rowan and Sir 2 each. And fouls, Tim Ellison has 2. The only foul trouble for Mount A. For the Tommies, Evan Villain, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Ted Braden, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Littleton, 3 points. Hassan 2, Lavoie 2, Florian 1. And no Tommy with more than 1 foul. That's your summary here in this one. Remember, the Tommies doing this without Noah McCarthy, the former Mountie, who joined the Tommies this year. Up 13 on Mount A. Long way to go in this one. duel. Littleton, Villain, Braden, and Tamwini in the 5 for the Tommies. That is Littleton from behind the arc. There's the first 3 of the game. For Mount A, Adunia, Ferguson, Dang, with Rowan and Powder. Adunia too strong, rebound duel off for Littleton against Adunia, and it will be a foul on Adunia. First of the quarter. Duel with the handoff inside. Loose ball, the Tommies kick it back out. Villain for 3. Tommies with a couple triples to start the quarter. Extend the lead to a big number. 26-7, that's 19-point cushion for the Tommies. Rowan, no good. Rebound, Braden. Oh, nice dish off. Vince Littleton with a beauty feed to Ted Braden. Wow. Tommies by 21. 8-0 start to this quarter. Big start for Stu. Ripping down the rebound is Dang. Powder makes the triple for Mount A. Long way to go yet. Tommies cannot afford to let up against this Mount A team. Outside, Tamwine for Littleton. Triple doesn't go. Ferguson on the rebound. Ferguson, legs like pogo sticks. He can get up for them. Mount A team finally getting health back. I mean, a big part of their run. 4 new Mounties coming onto the court. I'll just reset the entire lineup here. Sir, Powder, Monroe. 5 is Caden Augustin, seeing his first action of the match. Jonas Monroe and Gaio Isaiah, who gets the rebound and score on the putback. Lavoie, fancy dribble and lay it up for 2. Littleton will pick up the foul against Isaiah on the block. Second foul on Littleton. Hassan will come in for Vince Littleton. Good start to the game for Littleton. Hassan get the jersey tucked in. Shot too long there from Augustin. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Mount A. No real pressure here from Mount A. Picking up half court. Isaiah will check Lavoie. You bet those two have gone at it in practice a few times over the last few years here at St. Thomas. Hassan on the drive will pick up a foul. I think it will be Augustin, number 5. It is. Augustin out of Ottawa and Lennoxville Prep. First year for the 5'11 guard. Also Ashbury College. It's a 2-sport athlete and a 2-time athlete of the year at the high school level. Have to be a pretty talented individual to be 2-time athlete of the year at the high school level. Speaks a lot to Augustin's prowess. Hassan misses the second. Isaiah on the rebound. Powder. Nice turnaround over Florian. Ahead for Villain. Villain can't answer. Rebound collected by Powder. Isaiah against Lavoie, called for the walk. Coach Chapman not really fond of that call. Hassan, lob inside for Florian over Monroe. He's going to make the two and get a foul on Monroe. Make from the line here for Florian, and the Tommies can go up by 20. Owen Amos checks in for Stu. Ethan Tamwine to the bench. Florian with the miss. The lead stays at 19. Rebound Powder. Hassan almost has the steal on the exchange between Powder and Surer. Monroe will come back to provide the inbound, and the Tommies keep pressure up. Looks like a little confusion here about who's going where for Mount A. There, Augustin gets them set, and he will dance around looking for the inbound. Long pass through the middle is caught by Augustin, now finds Surer. Isaiah big steps through the key for 2 points. Florian with the post catch. He's got a size advantage. Backs in and can't get the two to go. Rebound Augustin. Augustin with a slip. Takeaway by Lavoie. He controls for Amos. Amos back for Lavoie for a triple. That one no good. It's going to catch the... Oh, an intentional foul, unsportsmanlike foul called here. Called on Gaio Isaiah. It's going to be two in possession for the Tommies. Tim Ellison will check in with his 2 fouls here. Florian can't get the bounce on the first free throw. One more and then Tommy ball. Second one goes. Tommy's up 18. Norris and Ellison in. Powder and Isaiah out. First foul on Gaio Isaiah as he checks out here. Lavoie, tough catch. Oh, a nice finish inside for Jeff Lee Lavoie. There's a 20-point lead for the Tommies. 36-17. They've really clamped down here on defense. Mount A, tough time making shots. Not that the Tommies are running away scoring a pile. They're scoring well. But 16 points after a quarter and a half. Not a lot to have on the board for Mount Allison against a pretty good Tommy team. Back out for Lavoie for 3. Off of the knee of Ellison on the entry pass from Surer. Villain ahead for Lavoie. He lays that in for 2. Tommy's now up by 25, 41-16. Monroe's going to draw the foul on Owen Amos. On the block. Isaiah will check back in. This will be for Caden Augustin. Vince Littleton will check back in. This will be for Owen Amos. Amos only his first foul. Littleton has 2 for Stu. Jonas Monroe on the line, 71% free throw shooter. 15 points, just about on the season for Allison. For Monroe. and 5.5 rebounds. Miss on the second rebound, Lavoie. For Hassan. Hassan for Villain for three. Tommy's on fire offensively here in quarter two. It's a 24-10 quarter thus far. Isaiah loses a handle, saved by Littleton, but it's Sir who picks it up. Now Littleton on the takeaway ahead for Hassan. Hassan against Norris picks up the foul. Tommies will go back to the line again. The Tommies on the attack here relentlessly. This is the best I've seen STU maybe in the second half of the season. It's going to be the fifth team foul on Mount A. That one goes on Norris. Norris first. First one rattles out for Hassan. Hassan 6.4 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Makes the second. 45-27. Sir, corner kick, shot up, and no good. Foul on Hassan. We're going to shoot three. I think it'll be Ryan Norris going to the line. That's an obscured view for me. Should get a discount on my seat ticket here from being behind the backboard, behind the post. Ball goes on Reese Hassan, number 4, his first. Timeout Mount Allison. I think we're shooting three foul shots when we come back here out of the timeout. Quick shot check of the team stats here. Mountie 17 points, 6 of 30 shooting, 20% overall. 1 of 11 from behind the arc for 9%. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. The Tommies 18 of 40 for 45%. 4 of 11 from deep. Only 5 of 11 from the free throw line for only 45%. That's a little low. Tommies could have a few more on the board here. And this quarter is a 25-10 quarter thus far in favor of the Tommies. 25 is a pretty big number to put up. 3:36 still to go in this quarter. Tommies on a big run here. Start quarter two. Well, most of the way through quarter two at this point. Final game of the season for Mount A. Comes in on the 5-game win streak. We'll send Ryan Norris to the line. Of course, a long way to go in this one. Mount A very capable of closing this gap. Really need to do more to slow the Tommies down and start knocking down some shots. One and the other goes hand in hand as here Norris knocks down the first two from the line. You make more, the Tommies have to inbound it. You can get your defense set. Really helps on that end. Norris makes all three. See, there's the difference. You make a shot, you're able to get back and get set. You miss, the Tommies able to rebound and run as they've been doing. Hassan for Florian. Little pick and roll action there, back for Hassan. Hassan front rim, rebound, Tamwini. Looking outside for Lavoie. And it's Isaiah who picks it off. Going to be the second foul on Tamwini. Ted Braden checks in for Harrison Florian. Braden will check up Ellison here in a 25-point game. Monroe makes from outside. Tommies don't want to let Mount A have a little run here to give them life going into halftime. Littleton doesn't get it to go, and it's Monroe on the rebound. Off to Surer. Score here, and it's 20 or less lead. Outside for Norris, well outside with 6 to shoot. Norris against Lavoie. Tough shot and nice make by Ryan Norris. Timeout Tommies as Coach Hickey says, hey, they're starting on a run here. We were up pushing 30, now it's down to 20. Let's talk about this with 2:17 to go here in the first half. We don't want to let up here, says Coach Hickey. One other game on the schedule this evening, UKC and Crandall in Moncton, I believe that contest is. Overall, the Tommies, top scoring offense of the league, 89.7 points. The Mounties average 71.9, that's 7th. Tommies give up 79.9 a game, nearly 80 for 5th. The Mounties a little less than that at 78.3 for 3rd. Tommies second in rebounding margin at plus 4.7. And Tommies look after the ball a little bit better. Give up 2 less turnovers per game than the Mounties. But is the Mounties holding the opposition to a slightly better field goal percentage, or slightly less field goal percentage, if you will? Mounties give it up at a 41.6 rate. The Tommies at 42.7. Again, final game for the season for the Mounties. The Tommies get Holland College tomorrow at 7 p.m. Lavoie against Surer. Got a foul. Lavoie will go to the line. Keith Rowan will check in. Eddie Surer will come off. Lavoie back rim on the first free throw. Lavoie, 65% free throw shooter. Makes the second. And we'll have Ben Dool checking in for Vince Littleton. 2:06 to go, first half. Shot there out of the corner by Monroe. Rebound by the Tommies. Hassan for Dool. Dool, corner kick. Three-pointer made by Lavoie. Tommies push the lead back to 24. Good response from Stu after the Mounties cut it to 20. There's Norris for Isaiah. He'll shoot the long-distance shot. If you're Stu, you're going to give him that all game long, not his specialty. He beats you on the three-point shot, you're going to just tip your cap and run back down and play defense again. Lavoie for the answer. Too strong, rebound for Isaiah. Foul called. Head contact. I think it's going to go on Braden. It does. Now we're going to walk down and shoot free throws at the other end. Gaio Isaiah will shoot. Isaiah. Not great numbers from the free throw line for Gaio this season. That one does rattle through. Little shoulder shake there from Isaiah, and he makes the second. Form looked pretty good on those two. Dual pass, a little too much mustard on it for Jeffrey Lavoie. Dual was looking for a tip. Officials confer and say no tip. Under a minute to go. A 19-point lead. A score here would be really big for Mount A. Win with a little momentum, a score and a stop. Even better. Rowan for Norris. Thought about the three. Feet tied up with Jeffrey Lavoie, I believe. Called a push. Going to send Norris to the line. They look pretty good on the line, making three in a row. Second on Lavoie, and that will have River Lands off the bench for the Tommies. Mount A, a chance to close the gap even more with the clock stopped. Norris short that time. One out of two for Norris. And timeout called by the Tommies. John Hickey uses his second timeout here of the first half. Team fouls at 5. We're under a minute to go here in the first half in an 18-point game. Pretty good pushback here from Mount Allison. They were down nearly 30 or around 30 at one point. Cut it all the way down to 18. Hassan, guarded by Rowan, off for Braden. Back for Hassan. Villain in the post against Norris. Kick outside for Lands. Lands drives. Up off glass. He's fouled and will go to the line. River Lands, rookie out of Ross Hay and the Red Hawk program. 6'3" wing. 4 of 7 from the line on the season for River. Make that 5 of 8. And 6 of 9. Tommy's up 20. 22 seconds to go first half. Mounties with the ball. Can play for one shot. Isaiah for Rowan. 8 to shoot. Rowan drives the key. Puts one up. No good, into the hands of Hassan. Hassan splits the defense. 2 seconds. Launches a deep shot. And it doesn't go. The Tommies 51. The Mounties 31 here at halftime. Fans, come on back in about 13 minutes or so. I'll give you a rundown of the first half stats. Tee up for the second half here on Friday evening action from the LB Gym. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV and Tommy's TV on YouTube. Final weekend regular season action in the ACAA conference tournament at Holland next weekend. Good evening and welcome back to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV and Tommy's TV on YouTube. Final weekend of ACAA regular season action. Host St. Thomas Tommies 51, the visiting Mount Allison Mounties 31. Any combination of Tommy wins and MSVU losses totaling 2 this weekend give the Tommies first overall. Mount Allison is in a logjam for 3rd through 5th in the conference. Tommies 20-7 in the first quarter and 31-24 in the second. That gives us the 20-point cushion at 51-31. Mounties 31 points, 9 of 35 from the field, 26%. 3 of 14 from beyond the arc for 21. 10 of 13 from the free throw line. That's 77%. Tommy's 51 points on 19 of 45. That's 42% shooting. 5 of 14 from three-point land for 36%. And 8 of 15 for 53% from the free throw line. Turnovers, Mounties 10, Tommies 5. Rebounds, the Tommies 28, the Mounties 21. Assists, the Tommies 8-3. Steals, the Tommies 8-4. Tommies picked up 2 more fouls at 10-2. Individual stats, first for Mount A. Gaio Isaiah leads with 9 points and also a team leading 4 rebounds. Ryan Norris 8, Jonas Monroe 6, Gabe Powder 6, Eddie Surer 2, rounds out the scoring for Mount A. For the Tommies, Jeffrey Lavoie, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Evan Villain, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Ted Braden, 8 points, a team leading 7 rebounds. Vince Littleton with 6 points, Florian 4, Hassan 4, and Lands 2. Foul trouble, the Tommies. Owen Amos has 3. Ethan Tumwine, Vince Littleton, and Jeffrey Lavoie 2 each. For Mount Allison, foul trouble. Tim Ellison 2, Edinson Surer 2, and that's all in terms of Mountie foul trouble. Tommies are set to go here to start half number 2 with Littleton, Tumwine, Braden, Lavoie, and Villain, the same 5 they started the game with. Let's see if Mounties counter with their same 5. It is Surer, Ellison, Monroe, Isaiah, and Norris. It is indeed the same 5 for both clubs. And it will be Mount A ball here to start the second half, down 20. Let's see what Mount A has here in terms of mounting potential comeback. Isaiah guarded by Braden, off for Surer. Inside, deep for Allison. Ellison can't get that one to go down. The rebound is cleared by Braden. Ahead for Villain. Villain for Tumwine. Shot clock did not get reset. It was only at 5 seconds, so we're going to blow that one dead and reset the clock probably around 18. 17 is the call. Tommies to inbound, 17 on the shot clock. Knocked away by Surer out of the hands of Littleton. Off for Ellison. Braden is there to knock it out of bounds. .20 seconds on the shot clock for Mount A. Surer for Monroe. Monroe can shoot them back into the game in a hurry. Not going to get it done on that drive, and it's Braden again on the rebound. Littleton. Acrobatic move doesn't work that time, and the Mounties come away. Isaiah. Blocked by Braden. Good closeout by Ted Braden. Villain, corner kick, extra pass, Lavoie. Triple is off the mark. Ellison is on the rebound. Ahead for Isaiah. Big steps through the key. That one doesn't go down, and again it's Braden on the board. That's 3 to start the half here for Braden. Littleton. Tamwine, nowhere to go. Lots of traffic there in the far corner, finally out of bounds. Off of the Mounties. 14 on the shot clock as the Tommies inbound. Lavoie kicks to the outside. That shot no good. Monroe skies for the board and is off to Sir. No scoring yet in this half. He played a minute and a half of quarter 3. Monroe will look to change that on the drive. Offhand, Ellison on the glass. Puts that one back up, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Monroe. Low post for Lavoie. Kick for the cutting Braden. Tried to finish with a flourish. Jammed himself on the rim. Would have been a big finish there for Braden. It was a great pass from Lavoie. Over 2 minutes played third quarter. Nobody has put the ball through the basket here yet in the second half. Norris changes that with a triple in a hurry. Off for Lavoie. Against Isaiah. Step back. That one doesn't drop. Tommy's cold here to start the second half. And now Lavoie picks up another foul on being aggressive on the steal. Reese Hassan quickly checks in as Lavoie picks up his third. Score here, and we're in a 15-point game for Mount A. That one rimmed out. Hassan got a piece into the hands finally of Littleton for Tamwine. Ball kicked out, and it's Sir on the run out for Isaiah. Dayo Isaiah with the dunk, and it's timeout Tommies as it's a 5-0 run to start the half for Mount Allison. Over the first, I think, even 3 minutes. The 3 and the 2. Yeah, a little question here from the crowd on who's the best player on the Tommies. Probably number 13, Jeffrey Lavoie. He's a two-time ACAA Player of the Year, so two-time All-Canadian is Lavoie. And I guess best player is a bit subjective. Probably the most accomplished Tommy. Two-time All-Canadian. Tough to beat that. So Tommy ball off the score, now up only 15. They led at one point by nearly 30 in this one. No quit, of course, in Mount A. Villain to the front court. Off for Braden. Braden for the cutting. Hassan, loose ball. Hassan picks it up and lays it in off the glass. Pure hustle there by Reese Hassan and stick-to-itiveness. Sir going to be called for a carry, I think. No, called Jonas Monroe for an offensive foul on a moving screen. Inbounded for Villain. Monroe sprints to the backcourt to check Villain. Off for Littleton, and now Braden. Braden one dribble, picks it up. Hassan for 3. No good. Villain on the rebound. And it's going to be a foul. I think this is again going to be on Monroe, and it will be Monroe's third. 2 quick ones on Jonas Monroe. Monroe went from no foul trouble to now being in a little bit. Gabe Powder off the bench, probably for Monroe at the next opportunity. Littleton, had Braden in the middle of the key nearly all alone. Rejected by Ellison. Villain puts it up, left it short, had to beat the shot clock. And it is Powder in for Monroe. Tommy's with some full court pressure. Sir. Harrison Florian will check in for STU. Ellison throws that off of the lane and out of bounds. Saved himself in the corner. Owen Amos and Harrison Florian in. Ethan Tamuine, Ted Braden to the bench. Florian will check Ellison. Good matchup inside there. Couple of pretty big men, and Ellison called for the travel. Littleton for Hassan. Hassan called on the 2-step. Keith Rowan checks in for Mount A. Ryan Norris comes out. Hassan on Rowan. Hand off for Ellison against Florian. Second attempt, no good by Mount A, and it's Littleton on the run. Littleton looking to hand off to Villain, but it's picked off. And now taken back by Hassan, who attacks the glass. Powder is there to collect the rebound. Off to Sir. Sir for Ellison. Ellison uses the body on Florian. Good no call there by the officials. Ellison trying to generate contact. Littleton with the save, but it's a little too much hot mustard on the pass for Hassan, out of bounds. And one of the teams is calling a timeout here to calm things down. Timeout Mount Allison. Thus far, it is the Tommies 2 and Mount Allison 5 in this quarter. Not much doing from a scoring perspective. Tommy's getting a little out of sorts here. Played 5 minutes of the quarter just about. Scoring really slowed down for STU. I bet that's what the Tommies are talking about. The good looks and easy runouts the Tommies getting in the first half. Not here in the second. Mount A clean things up at halftime with their discussion. And of course, all the teams in this conference so well coached. There's not a team, men's or women's side, that you can say, anything bad about the coaching staff about. And of course, Coach Chapman been around for a long time. We'll note that the Mountie staff without Hoops Tingley, Dave Tingley tonight, doing duty at Harbor Station for the NBIA Final 12 in the commentator's chair, I believe. He's probably got one ear tuned into this one. And I wish whoever's on the far side with the camera flash would turn it off. It's blinded me about 6 times now. Nice calm turnaround finish by Keith Rowan. I think my vision is returning here now after the camera flash again. Florian, cross-court pass Lavoie. Outside for Amos, and Amos shuffles the feet. Passport stamp by Referee Dave Gallagher on the travel. 15-point contest. Mount A continues to chip away at the Tommy lead. The Tommies stuck here in the third quarter. Can't seem to get the truck in gear and get her going. Ellison with the finish and the foul. Foul goes on Evan Villain, going to be Villain's second. 13-point lead, chance to cut it to 12. So a 10-2 run to start the quarter here. I really can't say to start the quarter because we played 6 minutes or just about now. Tommy's only 2 points in 6 minutes. Isaiah looking for another flush at the rim, can't get it. Ellison cleans it up, and it is a 10-point game. Lavoie to the rim, it doesn't roll in. Foul on Powder. We'll send Lavoie to the line. Riverlands will check in for the Tommies. Be in for Evan Villain. Lavoie makes the first. Can't get the second. Rebound Mount A. Powder for Rowan. Back for Powder. Isaiah on the nice pass from Powder. 9-point Tommy lead. And there's another turnover on the lead pass. Eddie Surr with the easy lay-in. And we're down to 7. People passing in front of me here on the upper level. Missed that play entirely. I think we have an offensive foul possibly called on Riverlands. Not entirely sure there. There's a foul on 8 up on the board. We haven't seen Simon Tector yet, so I guess it's going to have to be a foul on Lands. 7-point game, ball back to Mount A. What a quarter the Mounties are having. Not so for the Tommies. This quarter, 16-3 for Mount A. Big support here from the Mount A women, who are just to my right and a couple rows down here in the stands. Rowan. Back for Monroe. Had Ellison on the cut. Instead, it's Surr. Knocked away by Lands. 9 to shoot. Not sure where Surr was going on that one. Seemed to be going more backwards than forwards. Inbounds for Surr. Surr against Hassan. Jump stop, shot. No good, tipped up. Lavoie on the rebound. Lavoie from 13 feet. That one doesn't go. Braden on the tip does. Ted Braden, good follow. Ahead for Monroe. Ellison on the drive is going to get a foul, I think, on Braden. Well, the contact out there. Not sure that one was any worse than a lot that's been not called thus far. Braden asking about it. Getting the explanation, I guess, with the body. Ellison on the line, makes the first. Tim Ellison, 67% free throw shooter. Makes them both. 7-point game. Mounties bringing pressure. Inbounded for Littleton. Littleton reverse behind the back dribble. Lands. Can't get the three to go. Tommies ice cold in the third. 5 points overall in the quarter for the Tommies after putting up 51 in the first half. Ellison uses all 6'10" on the catch, but it is Hassan who intercepts the baseline pass. Hassan, body from Norris, will go to the line to shoot two. Rashawn Ferguson will check in. Will be for Tim Ellison. Evan Villain in for Jeffrey Lavoie. One sub for each side. Hassan to the line. Off the heel for Hassan. Make on the second. Tommy lead up to 8. Remember, it was near 30 at one point. Tommies were up 20 at half, in fact, and have been fighting it this quarter from a shot-making perspective. Mount A offensive look much better this half. Travel there on Ferguson over to the Tommies. Tommies would love to get this lead back to double digits going in to quarter number 4. Off for Villain and Braden. Braden keeps, now hands to Hassan. Hassan on the drive, gets fouled to go to the line to shoot two more. It's going to be a foul on Keith Rowan that time. Coach Chapman looking for an explanation from the officials. First foul on Rowan. Hassan makes that one. I think Coach Chapman looking for referee Dave Galler to come over for a chat, and he's not going to do so. Now Dave Gallagher is going to come over and speak to Tommy's game day coordinator on something going on. Not entirely sure what the discussion there was about. We'll see where game day coordinator ends up. Hassan for the second. And a make on the second. Tommy's now up 10. Surer can't get it to go down. Ferguson crashes the boards out of bounds off of the Tommies. That's good hustle by Rashawn Ferguson. Referees mop up a little perspiration on the court. Inbounded for Monroe. Surer makes a 15-footer. 8-point game, under a minute to go here in the third. Oh, nice pass inside for Braden. Finishes, gets the foul, goes to the line to shoot one. finish off the play, and technical foul assessed to Coach Chapman. So Tommies will shoot the technical first. That's going to be the fourth foul on Ryan Norris. Norris out, Ellison in. Vince Littleton to the line to shoot the technical. Littleton, 65% free throw shooter. Can't get the technical to go down in a 10-point game here. 41 seconds to go in the third. Powder checks back in. Ben Duell checks in for Vince Littleton. And now Ted Braden to finish off the three-point play. Tommies jump into the lineup here on the free throws. Braden can't get the second one to go. Rebound Powder. Mounties can cut this to single digits again. Powder thought about a three. Back for Ellison, off to Surer. Surer inside for Ellison. Can't get the score, but we're going to shoot two. It's going to be on the initial shot, not the putback. Be a foul on Ted Braden. Third foul on Braden. Ellison to the line again. Harrison Florian will check in, I'm sure, for Ted Braden here. Ellison knocks it down, and we're into a 9-point game. 20.6 seconds to go here in the third. Third quarter has really been a quarter that's gone very much in favor of Mount Allison. It's a 21-10 Mount A quarter here. Cut a 20-point lead down to now 9, and it can be 8 as Allison attempts the second. Vince Littleton in for Ben Duell. No, in for Riverlands, pardon me. Pressure from Mount A here. Surer on Littleton. 15 to shoot, shot clock is off. Tommies can play for the last shot of the quarter. Littleton for Hassan for three. Front rim, rebound off. Picked up by Florian. We've got a kick ball called on STU, 1.1 seconds. And down 8. Mount A has the ball, a chance to cut it even further. Let's see if they try to lob this up for Ellison. Florian with the pickoff. (61-53), we end the quarter. So as I just said, that quarter goes 22-10 for Mount A. What a reversal of fortune. Mount A's 53 points on 17 of 57 shooting. That's 29%. That's up. The Tommies, 22 of 64. That's 34. That's down out of the 40s where they were at half. Mount A, 4 of 15 from three-point land, 5 of 21 for the Tommies. Mount A really making the most of their opportunities from the free throw line. 83% on 15 of 18. The Tommies leaving some points on the board at the line. 12 of 23 for only 52%. Turnovers, 14 for Mount A, 12 STU. Points off turnovers, though, Mount A 14 to 8. Total rebounds, Tommies plus 5 at 39-34. Steals, Tommies 10. Mounties 8. Fouls are pretty even. Tommies 17. Mount A 16. Bench points favor STU 14-8. Points in the paint for favor STU 30-16. Individual stats for Mount Allison. Gaio Isaiah with 13 points, 4 rebounds. Ryan Norris, 11 points. Tim Ellison, 9. Edmund Surer, 6. Jonas Monroe, 6. Gabe Powder, 6. Keith Rowan, 2. For the Tommies, Lavoie, 16. Villain, 12. Braden, 12. Braden also 11 rebounds. Hassan, 8. Littleton, 7. Florian, 4. And Lands, 2, rounds out the Tommies scoring. Stu Ball up 8 to start the fourth. We'll be in for a dandy final 10 minutes of this one here, barring, of course, overtime. Littleton uses the Lavoie screen. Outside, Tamwine for Lavoie. Villain on the outside shot makes a 3. Tommy's up 11, over from Monroe, guarded by Villain. It is Monroe, Ellison, Isaiah, Powder, and Surer. Foul called there on Evan Villain, and Manuel Adunia checks back in. Called a shooting foul on that one. I guess it was called on the gather. Didn't think Monroe was shooting it, but Dan Moulton was right there, much, much closer than I am. Monroe makes the shot. The Tommies start the quarter with Littleton, Tamwine, Villain, Florian, and Lavoie. 10-point game as Monroe misses the second. Tommy's Villain collects the rebound for Vince Littleton. Florian hands off to Villain, who's just made 3. Can't follow it with a 2, and it's Monroe on a rebound ahead for Surer. Now Adunia back for Surer in the painted area. Can't get that one to roll over the front of the rim, and it's a rebound for the Tommies. Littleton can't get it to go. Florian on the second attempt does. 2 offensive rebounds and 2 points for Florian on that trip up the floor. Tommies plus 12. Isaiah on the second effort gets it to go down. He's got a quick second jump. 2-time defending ACAA Player of the Year. And Lavoie turns him inside out. Go Gadget roller skates. Tommies finished that with a triple. Good defense there by the Tommies. Surer on the miss. Inside Villain, Tommies on a bit of a roll here to start quarter 4. Push the lead all the way to 15. Good start to the quarter for Stu. It's a 10-3 start to the fourth for the Tommies. Tommies already matched through just under 2 minutes their total output from quarter 3. Tommies only scoring 10 in the third. Mind you, Tommy's back in action tomorrow. Women at 5, men at 7 right here in the LB Gym and on ACAA TV. Both against Holland College to finish out the regular season for the Tommy squads and Holland as well. This is the last game the regular season for Mount A. Conference tournament next weekend at Holland. March 1st through 3rd, quarterfinals on the Friday, semis on the Saturday, finals on the Sunday. Get yourself to the Macmillan Center for Community Engagement. Check out these awesome ACAA athletes in action. Monroe's going to slide out of bounds. Tommy's ball. Up 15, 7:51 to go in the 4th. Lavoie sends Ellison to the court. Villain misses on the three-pointer, knocked away by the Tommies. Out of bounds, off a foot. Ryan Norris will check back in. I think Norris has 4 fouls. I think the online stats have him down for 3, but I'm pretty sure I saw 4 up on the board when he went out of the game. Stats in the book, of course, are the official ones. Ellison, spin move over Florian. Norris knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be over to the Tommies. Lavoie for Littleton. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Ellison. Uses his length well. Control the defensive boards. Norris inside, step through. Foul on Florian. We're going to shoot 2. Keith Rowan will check in. Will be for Adunia. And I will say thanks to the Mounties. The one team that comes through here and hands you for the men's squad a pronunciation guide for the team. I already have most of them, of course, down, but it's always good to have the reminder and the help. As an announcer, I wish every team, men, women, every sport would provide that. Makes it so much easier to know you've got things right. Lavoie spin move. Got his own rebound, followed it up over Isaiah, and scored 2. 73-58, that's 15. Tommy's in front, 6:23 to go. 4th quarter, Isaiah. Long kick outside Rowan. Rowan puts it on the deck, hands off to Ellison. Ellison can't get it to go down. Villain. Big rebound for Stu. Littleton stays aggressive. It's going to count. He'll go to the line to shoot 1. Foul will go on Keith Rowan. Monroe will check back in. Hassan and Braden in for the Tommies. Vince Littleton to the line. Littleton completes the three-point play. Littleton's 4th in the league in steals, 1st in three-point field goal percentage. Almost had a steal there, did Littleton. Ellison on the outside shoots it over Braden, left it short. That bounced in, but it touched up top out of bounds. No bucket. Ball back over to the Tommies, who've pushed the lead back up to 18. Surra's going to be out of bounds and touching the ball. That ball stays with the Tommies. Little late substitution allowed here by the officials. I thought they'd already handed the ball to the Tommies, and I think we're going to get a towel here and clean up a little bit of moisture on the court. It'll be referee Adam Humphrey doing the icky shuffle for us. Braden, kick out. Littleton, triple. Oh, that one rimmed out. Looked good out of his hand. Surer on the rebound for Monroe. Littleton gambled for the steal. Surer right down the middle of the key, but rejected by Braden. Hassan on the run out right down the middle for 2 points. Reese Hassan. Nobody stopped ball that time for Mount A. Tommy's lead is back to 20 all of a sudden. Braden got a piece of that shot from behind on Ellison, and fighting for the ball, Hassan and Monroe. Going to be a foul, I think, on Hassan. That's a hustle foul. You'll take that one. 5:03 to go. STU back up by 20, and Mr. Humphrey liked the last dance so much, he's going to do it again. Gaio Isaiah set to check in for Mount A, waved in by the official in for Eddie Surer. He's the way Adam Humphrey's going here. He's going to have to get a website, have a little dance lesson online. Done now there with the icky shuffle. Away we go. Inbound Norris for 3. Norris fouled by Owen Amos. Not a good foul on a long 3-point attempt like that. Send Norris to the line, and up 20. You don't want to give a team a chance to cut 3 off your lead with the clock stopped. Norris can't make the first. 77% free throw shooter, the first-year player Norris. Good on the second. And playing percentages, my bet would be he'd be pretty good on the third as well. No, doesn't go down. Sorry, Ryan. My little jinx there. Amos looks to hand off to Braden. Braden corrals, reverse lay-in for Ted Braden. What a game Ted's having here. Ted picked up the Francis Farrington Scholarship or Award, whatever it's called here, before this game. Really, really having a great game here is Braden, and you can bet Braden, who's back to the Tommies here, play out another year of eligibility after playing at Algonquin last season. Would love to get back to the championship game for the Tommies. You can bet Ted will be focused. Finish this out. 80-59, the Tommies up 21. And there's a steal for the Tommies. Villain can't get it to go down, can't get the rebound to go, but the second one does. That's 3 attempts for STU in 1 trip. Odds are pretty good at making one of those 3 when they're all from within 2 feet. Norris on the outside. Lavoie with the takeaway. And Lavoie lays it in. Timeout Mount A. Tommies have found their footing here in quarter 4 after a shaky quarter 3. If my phone would come to life, I'd tell you just exactly what the Tommies have done this quarter. 23-6. STU here in the quarter for the 84-59 lead. That even by my late Friday night math, is 25 points. Mount A, 1 quarter 3, 22-10. But it is the Tommies with a big margin here in Q4. 4:02 to go, 6 points over 6 minutes for Mount A. It's not going to get it done too many games. The Tommies, you'd have to say right now, on track to pick up one of the 2 wins. They would, well, a win or a MSVU loss this weekend. Any combination of Tommy wins and Mystic losses totaling 2 this weekend gives Tommy's first overall. Tommy's well on their way to collecting one of those points that they need to claim first. And of course, they've already got the bye, so whether they're first or second, doesn't matter. All the teams 3 through 6 are really good in this league. Hassan down again. It might have twisted an ankle. Little ankle twist there, and now Hassan's going to limp that one off. Littleton in for Hassan. May not see any more of Hassan in this one. Amos for 3. Front rim, rebound, Villain. Braden. Kick for Villain, left that one short from the baseline jumper. I think Villain was anticipating the closeout by Ellison there. Tommy's up 22, 3:32 to go. Haven't seen a lot of Ferguson and Ellison in the game together here for Mount A. There's Ferguson on the outside, looking for Ellison in the high post against Villain. Ellison uses the body, doesn't get it to go. Villain fights for the board, and Ellison will pick up the foul on the rebounding action, I think. No, it's going to go on Rashawn Ferguson. No, it does go on Ellison, 22. Thought he flashed 24 there for a second. The third on Ellison. Ellison comes out. As checking in is Powder. Riverlands checks in for Evan Villain with 3:15 to go, and the Tommies 84. Tommies, they average 89 on the season, so they're almost at their season average, 89.7 for STU. Mount Allison averages just a shade under 72, 71.9. Block called on Gaio Isaiah. Going to be his second, the team's third, by the looks of things, on the board here. Isaiah with the near takeaway, but Littleton collects the loose ball. Going to reset on the shot clock. Takes away a layup that Vince Littleton would have had there. Reset the shot clock here at 21. Lavoie, corner kick, Amos for 3. That one goes in for the Miramichi marksman. Tommy's now 2 away from their season average. Rowan, back outside, Powder. Powder, nice dish inside Rashawn Ferguson. Ferguson's going to shoot 2. Isaiah out. Adunia in, and Simon Tector out of the Halifax Fury program and Halifax Nova Scotia. Third-year guard. Number 8 checks in. I think this is Tector's first action of the game here. 2:29 to go and a 25-point contest. The Tommies hold on here. They will move to 14-3. That's 2 wins up on Mount St. Vincent, who sit at 12-4. The Mystics, 2 games left tomorrow and Sunday in their season. Tommies, of course, will finish tomorrow against Holland. And this is the Mounties' last one, so the Mounties would drop to 9-9. Leaves alive the possibility of 3 teams tied at 9-9. Florian with a little kiss off the glass for 2 points. Tommies by 27. There's the season average 89. Adunia for Powder. Powder into traffic. Florian takes away the rebound off for Amos. Florian for Amos. Thought about the 3, instead keeps the dribble alive for Ben Duell. And there is the senior, Zach Votor, into the game for the Tommies, number 7. Florian step back. Short, but it's River Lands on the rebound, fouled by Rashawn Ferguson. And Lands will go to the line to shoot 2. Final 126 of this one. Pretty comfortable saying Tommies are going to take this up 27. And checking in for the Tommies for Harrison Florian is number 12, Caden LaValle. LaValle, 6'3" forward, first year out of Oromocto. And by the looks of LaValle out there, he might have grown another inch or 2. Owen Amos also listed at 6'3", and LaValle looks like he's a bit taller than Owen Amos. To me, just when I see them, from 75 feet away here in the upper balcony. Amos called for a foul on the reach-in on Adunia with 1:16 to play. Caden LaValle was the Oromocto High School MVP last season and their top defensive player. Owen Amos will come out. That's going to be 5 on Owen. He's going to have to come out. Ethan Tumwine checks in as Adunia to the line. As I said earlier, good to see Emmanuel back in action here after being hobbled with a knee injury throughout a lot of the season. Tough mentally to come back from those types of things. We're going to shoot one more line violation, I think, on River Lands. So Adunia will get to try it again. Can't get that one to go. Powder almost on the rebound, deflected out of bounds by River Lands and the Tommies. So good effort by Powder. Gets the Mounties another possession here. Important possessions here, particularly for this young group, and as they get ready for ACAAs and Nationals, another chance to execute on an inbounds play and get a good look. Adunia will direct traffic. Back for Powder. Powder's had a good game here for Mount A. Said his name an awful lot. Usually means someone's had a good game. LaValle for Duell. And River Lands for a triple. Massive quarter here for the Tommies. 33-9. This quarter for Stu. Ball back again, Tumwine. For LaValle and Lands. Ben Duell. Caden LaValle taken away by Adunia. Adunia to the front court against Ben Duell. We'll wait for some teammates and run some offense. Adunia looks to break down Duell. Duell sticks with him. Now 8 to shoot. Adunya gets space. Nice move. Tommies will dribble this one out. A 30-point win. 90-64. Tommies 94 points on 35 of 87. 9 triples and 15 points from the free throw line. The Mounties 64, 20 of 72. 5 triples and 19 from the three-point line. Tommies out rebound the Mounties by 14. Individual stats, the leaders for Mount Allison. Gaio Isaiah 15 points, Ryan Norris 14. Tim Ellison with 9 points and a team high 10 rebounds for the Tommies. Lavoie has 20 and 7 boards. Evan Villain 19 and 14 boards. Ted Braden adds a double-double of his own with 14 and 12. Littleton 13 points, Hassan 10 are your leading scorers for the Tommies. So Stu gets one of the 2 notches they need this weekend to take first overall. One more game back here tomorrow. Women at 5. Holland College is in town. Men at 7. Mount A is going to finish at 9-9. Potential logjam for the Mounties at 9-9, depending outcomes of other games. Evan Villain is the Tommy player of the game here. So that'll do it for this one for everyone here at St. Thomas, including the always amazing Alice in the producer's chair. I'm Bill Gibson. Remember, last game, ACAA regular season, right here tomorrow for the Tommy teams, right here in the LB Gym and on ACAA TV, all leading the ACAA championships next weekend in Charlottetown. Thanks, folks.